stain on my shirt. Oh, wait.
Hey, everybody. Commodore Boom Productions here. We're live. It's been a long time since we all been live, but we're here. So hope everybody's doing pretty good out there. So we got Zam to my right over here, and then we got Fecto down below, and we got Josh Elms underneath me. So anybody got any questions, send them over, and we'll talk about the Sarg video and or the Encounter video that may or may not be coming out this year. It might be coming out next year. We don't know yet. There's still little things that's got to be done yet. So how you doing tonight, Zam?
Well, top of the morning to you, but it literally is.
Yeah.
Me, I'm doing okay. I just want to support you. So that's why I'm here.
Cool. Thank you. And Fecto, how are you tonight? And how was those cheeseburgers?
We are swell, and they were excellent. Fabulous. They were guaranteed to make my doctor unhappy, so that's all that matters.
Oh. And Mr. Elms down there. How was your day today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. My day was busy, as usual.
It was busy, huh?
So it's not top of the morning, it's end of the evening. So
in the evening, huh? And we got 4 people watching us, and we had Trucking Down Under says Spock. So, oh man. You think when you turn things down, it's down, but surprise. You gotta be kidding. Change the nameplate.
Captain Roth, have you been in a battle lately? It looks like you have bloodstains on your
There has
shirt.
been numerous forms of combat upon my ship. However, it has been kept undercover.
There you go.
From Starfleet Command.
You have to,
How are you, Mr. Anderson?
do you have to regulate some insubordinates?
That's the paperwork we don't file.
Really?
Out the way, shoot, it goes then. No, it's been going good.
Man.
Busy day. The plans have changed, of course, at the work front,
And
because
have changed.
such and such has quit already within 4 days of work.
That's crazy. That man.
Go play your guitar. But yeah, other than that, things are great.
Gotta get to the YouTube home front of this live stream. So you can see what's going on. Let's see. Comments. Getting some comments in. Trucking Down Under. What's up?
I'm changing your guys' nameplates for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I sent you a message. I forgot to change mine before I came up here, and now the only way to do it is for you to do it. So.
You can change it if you want.
I don't know how I can change it from this point. I know before I come up, I can change it.
You hit the 3 dots on the side by the mic there, and edit name. Because you have, you're actor, writer, editor. You got so many hats to wear.
Man, that means Zam is really going to be focused on me during his review of this film.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to be focused on me. Ooh, man, he's going to be lasered in on me, man.
Oh, you got me at the wrong time, though. Like, I am so fatigued right now.
Yeah. Well, the film ain't out yet, so you ain't got to worry about that. You're good.
Right. That's why God created repeats, so you can watch the film later on.
So we're supposed to have more guests tonight, correct?
I think so.
Supposed to. So. I sent the link out to everybody. I double checked. I thought I didn't, but I did. And well,
FC, Jack of all roles. Greetings, welcome.
Let's see. Yep. What's up? Jack of all roles. There you go. Must be talking about that Fecto guy.
Maybe, I don't know.
So, Jeff, would you like a job on my Starfleet ship of mission accomplished
And you know what, dude?
for winter? Winter
Wait.
only?
It would be beneficial. Like, not gonna lie.
WRI.
'Cause, man, I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it pretty short this winter.
It would be a weekly check.
And,
I can get you in at least 17, 18 an hour.
yeah, I mean that'd be pretty sweet, but like, man, problem is I ain't good enough.
We have computers and we have information databases at your fingertips. And yeah, you'll make
Hello,
it.
Samuel. What's up? Did I miss Steve? Steve's not here yet.
Mr.
Steve's
Steve
not here yet.
has not arrived yet.
we
He's still in a
got-
galaxy far, far away, waiting to approach and dock
We
appropriately.
got Commodore Boom, we got Zam, we got Elms and Fecto up here, and we put everything down what we do.
Man,
So yeah, on the sorry video, we added a few more people to the list. I was hoping to get more people on there, but hey, it turned out pretty damn good. Got some new music, no new stuff in it, and hope everybody likes it. Probably going to be a lot better than the other one. Bev says, "Hey Sam, what's up?" Or Zam, not
Yeah, who the hell is Sam?
yeah, Zam, ZAM, Zam.
ZAM.
Yeah, he's the Sammer, not the Sammer.
Hello, Beth. I apologize. I'm usually more jovial, but it's
tired.
way past my bed. It's way past my bedtime right now. I don't stay up this late usually. I'm making an exception today.
There you go. Well, thank you very much for doing that. I know it's pretty rough on you.
No problem. I'm supposed to wake up in 5 hours. It's a lot easier when you're 20.
no.
It's a lot easier when you're 20 years younger.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to hit share, but I want to take it back down for a minute so everybody can see what I'm doing here. And the reason I'm looking up, I got a 46-inch screen I keep looking up at. And I do that now and then when I'm on NerdTube over there. I look up and they're like, "What the hell are you looking at? TV." But yeah, I'm on NerdTube for 2 days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, talking about Quantum Leap and Lower Decks.
You should post our channel link on your channel, on your chat.
Go ahead and make a comment and I can give you a wrench.
What I'll do, I'll send it to you on Facebook.
He wants you to do it.
Because I think only moderators.
Somebody asked for Steve earlier.
There you go.
Here he comes.
Post that.
Greetings.
Greetings,
Good
dilithium
morning.
crystal handler.
And you're gonna do your little voice changer thing there. You're gonna play
we can do it all night long, dude. We can do it.
one of the Xenocian lines.
Oh yeah, yeah. We still gotta process those, but they're there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you got one line. You could throw it in the mix, and you don't have to play the whole thing. Just go. We have some alien contact. You get your comm guy there to say, "Captain, hailing frequencies are open."
Captain, we have an incoming message and it says we are fucked. Sorry.
Hate it when that happens.
we need shield.
That's the
Thank
wrong
you,
way.
Jim.
There we go. How's that?
Yeah,
Oh, I
there he goes.
looked
Got it all
Apologize for my French.
Yeah.
Everybody click the link I put down there and go over, check out NerdTube over there, and you won't be disappointed. It's sometimes it's wild, sometimes it's mild, but you will have a good time. Trust me on that.
Yeah,
just
NerdTube's
finished reviewing-
awesome. 100%.
We just finished reviewing She-Hulk. That was good fun.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to watch it when you can't subscribe.
Thank you for coming on board. Commodore
Andrew,
and
what's
Harry
up?
Elm Specto. You forgot Sam.
Samuel, greeting.
Exactly. See,
God
hey,
damn.
I thought of you, Zam.
Sam,
Zam,
Nice to
don't-
meet you, Steve.
Come on, man.
I don't love you, but I did think of you.
Mrs. P, what's up? Mrs.
The
P
thought is
says,
enough.
no, he was late and I didn't get a link.
Yeah, that's
This is
because
P.
all right.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's my wife.
I was going to say, who's Mrs. P?
welcome.
Hello, Mrs. P.
Yeah,
What's up? If I could give you the
Gentlemen,
Vulcan
I
suit,
shall
I could.
hello, Andrew.
I'll give you a thumbs up instead because I can't get a Vulcan suit anymore. Oh,
Nice
Josh,
to meet
come on.
you.
Hello, Zam. Well, damn, Andrew.
Yeah. And my daughter said hi.
There you go. Hey, daughter, what's up?
Man.
So, explain to your listeners why we're delaying.
Go for it.
You're gonna show us the director's cut tonight of
Yes.
Sorry.
At 9:30, I'm going to show that. I'm also
Okay.
going to show the trailer here soon. I'm waiting for other people to pop up.
Aha. How many viewers do we have right now?
10.
That's not bad.
No.
Okay.
I had one lady that I invited this morning, and she said, "Well, I popped in, and there was like 3 guys on there, so I'm going to bed." I'm like, "What? Okay, see ya. Catch the rerun." You know?
Sorry.
No, well.
I did
So you
the
like
best.
my you like my hat I told you about?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you. Good to see you here, Andrew.
See, mine's
Hopefully you're
like
feeling
that.
extra cheeky tonight.
It kind of shades me here a little bit.
Yeah, Jim, your hat's white.
Yeah, because of
It's got
light.
some contrast to mine. My goodness.
Yeah, you got the nice color too, though, and that background's great.
Yeah.
But you got the background, Jim. That's the thing. You know, I just got.
My dog heard you all, and he is so confused. Where's the voices coming from? Ha ha ha. There you go.
Who said that?
Beth C. Is that your brightest color hat, Fecto? Andrew says.
Well, it looks weird. It's not staying right.
That's all right. I got white lights up here, whatever. I'd rather have the gold hats, but I just got people making the gold hats, but they're not getting there yet. So who knows when they'll be done. And Samuel says, I often wonder where the voices are coming from too. Well,
If you only hear them, then you may need to go see your doctor.
what kind of voices are you listening to, Samuel?
You know, I hate going to counseling sessions.
Yeah. Sci-Fi Nation. Greetings, everyone. What's up?
Greetings, sci-fi.
Now, Zam is going to be the computer voice in the encounter at the neutral zone. So I would ask Zam,
Right.
what made you want to be the voice computer?
I
Or be the voice computer?
I always thought it'd be amusing to be a computer voice, but not be a traditionally monotone voice. Be a little bit different, take it to a different direction.
Right.
And that's what I did with my efforts.
That was good, too.
I'm quite limited in what I can do with my voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the best I could.
Oh, you did great. You did great for what I heard and stuff like that. And we got a couple bloopers on that one, too. All right.
Yeah.
Matt's
Don't
long.
be embarrassed.
Matt, what's up,
Don't be
Matt?
embarrassed.
Matt's long
Well,
hair is
once-
in the chat, everybody.
Well, I did send you my first draft And then once I got an idea of how you wanted it, because initially I would just try to do it blooper free. But then once I got an idea of how you wanted it, I realized I could, if I did blooper, it wouldn't matter. As long as I just got my initial delivery right, because your editor will then be able to weave through what's right and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
Zam, do you do some voiceover work? No. Oh, actually, I did do the voice for Vance's Vance's fan film, his last one where he played a villain. And I told Vance that I wanted to be a villain. If I was going to be in your fan films, I have to be the bad guy, because when me and Vance first met, I was his bad guy, because we started off on the wrong foot, so to speak.
Welcome aboard. There you go.
Hello, Roy.
Hello.
We got Zam, we got Elms, and Steve Harris down below next to you. So watch out for that Steve Harris guy.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah. Roy, how are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. Super.
So what's happening? So
not much. I'm going to change your name. I'm just going to put Admiral next to you.
Oh, okay.
That way, if anybody ever asks questions, they can.
I agree, Beth. You know, I said if I was ever going to be in fan films or do any voice work in the future, other than this, obviously being a computer is kind of neutral, but if I was going to do other voice, other forms of acting, I want to be a villain. It's just so much more fun being the bad guy.
Yeah,
if you ever want to, Sam, if we ever do a reenactment fan film, you can be a runaway science officer who stole one of my shuttlecrafts.
Fantastic. I have a blue well.
Admiral, nice to meet you.
You steal our crystal and then you take one of our shuttlecrafts.
Yes, Andrew, I did do that. He's the Admiral.
If you haven't been on camera, just don't make me wear a beret, because I've seen a few fan films where the bad people who acknowledge the guy's the bad guy, they give him a beret, and I'm thinking, what the fuck are you guys doing? So never wear a beret or a trench coat to acknowledge that you're the bad guy. It's a stupid look.
There you go. So how was your day, Roy?
Didn't accomplish much today. I've just been bumming around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wish.
Been bumming all day.
I'm a comms officer and a mechanic in my off time, so I'm always busy.
Yes. He makes sure the USS Crytek is at optimal performance.
and I will tell you this, I have never worked on it a day in my life, so I'm just getting it done.
There you go.
It's still operational.
There you go.
Take it till you make it, right?
That's the important part. All right, Fecto, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Thank you, Beth.
What made you decide to be actor, writer, and editor for the fan film?
Well, I had wanted to be in previous fan films before, and apparently timings didn't work out to make the cut, if you know what I mean. So once you just basically came up with the interest of bubbling up your own film and this and that, and it's like, well, I got a degree in audio tech. I can write music. I can do this and I can do that. Acting, well, sure, we can give it a shot. So I thought, well, let's jump into this, see what we can do, see what kind of adventures we can go on with it, and see what develops out of it. And so far, it's, yes, it's been difficult. It's been a little bit stressful with certain things here and there, but as it should be, because if it isn't, it means you ain't doing a good job. So all in all, it ain't that bad of an experience. So it's a lot of learning here and there, and it's been quite the adventure so far. So it's quite exciting.
There you go.
Yeah. It's new challenges that I like to face.
New challenges.
Yeah, new challenges.
And for what I've seen so far, you're doing a heck of a good job.
Trying to.
Absolutely.
Everybody likes to chew out Commodore Boone a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, God, what hell did I do wrong, guys? God damn.
That poor ambassador.
Oh man, I'm not saying that word to him again. Damn. And Josh Elms down there. What made you decide to become an actor?
Well, I don't know. You guys got on the bandwagon, and I kind of wanted to join it too, and it's been fun the whole time. So I've had a blast. So that's why I jumped on. And my dad was more of a Star Trek fan than I. No offense. I'm gonna go off the board here and say I watched other things, and I'm not gonna mention it, but I'm a Star Trek guy myself because I used to sit with my dad in my undies when I was a young boy and watched Star Trek on the weekends and night times and before I had to go to bed. So it's a good remembrance.
That's good. Sounds good. And for what I've seen so far, doing pretty good. We just got to get a few things
Well, I
straightened out.
appreciate that, sir. Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
I can
And
take
of course-
constructive criticism. It's all good.
Oh, I know. And of course, Harry decided to bug out on us. I mean, he's probably like from MASH unit or something. Oh,
He's
there he
working
is.
on
I'm
getting some
here.
more Irish for that coffee. That's what he's doing.
Exactly. How did you know? Hey, I can only have a little Irish once in a while. So.
Hey, when you can, you might as well enjoy it.
Hey, what's up, Andrew? Matt?
Andrew
Welcome.
says Star Trek.
By the way,
is-
Andrew, the Ranger is A-OK.
There you go. Andrew says Star Trek is on the regular base, America, I guess, or on BBC, whatever. I grew up with Star Trek. I mean, and everybody pretty much knows Roy Ivey. He's been all over the place. So,
Yeah,
what
Roy's
made
awesome.
you decide to come up to be an admiral on Commodore's productions?
Always looking for my next gig.
Okay.
I love doing stuff in Star Trek universe. Obviously, it's something that's attracted me over a long time. I've been involved in improv and acting for time. Whatever I was doing, small little bit parts as they came through St. Louis here. Whatever else they used to have.
Did you say St. Louis?
Yes.
That's our area. That's me and this guy's area.
He's close to you guys.
Oh,
Yes, he
Super
is.
close.
Yeah,
We were
I'm
like
about
10, 15-minute top drive.
yeah, pretty much. I'm about 20 minutes from you.
Yeah.
Boy, Roy, you might be getting some visitors. Watch out.
Maybe you're getting a promotion.
Raise your shields.
Yeah, we're just across the river. We're a frog hop away from here, Roy.
That is correct.
I guess you wondered why I called you into my office.
Mm.
So, like the people of St. Louis, they don't like Stan Kroenke. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Jeff
True.
B.
If you follow football.
There you go.
Well, I follow my football,
Oh,
and he owns my team.
If we wanted the new stadium, yes, we were in his favor, but that all fell through because we don't have a new stadium. And
I think he was always going to. I think he was always going to take your team to LA. I think.
Yeah, he did. The Rams are gone.
He's always just the money. Yeah, he was never a true St. Louis. He supposedly has St. Louis roots, but hasn't proven to be true.
Well, he bought my football club called Arsenal, and his son, Josh, I think it's Josh Kroenke, he basically is in charge. So we've become Nepotism FC, and it really pisses us off because you buy the club stand and then you let your son run it. It's not right.
Yep.
You know, and
He gets a spot over everybody. Nepotism at its finest.
and they're very, very unpopular with the fans in the of my team. Because we know what they did with you guys. You know, we see the pattern.
Man,
I'm
just
sure
look at
we're
that guy
gonna
on the
be-
front page, man.
Uh-oh. Is it
We're
time?
gonna be seeing this here just in a few moments. So everybody get ready.
All
Once
right.
it starts,
Showtime.
everybody mute your mics when
Are
it
we-
starts.
Are we seeing the trailer or are we seeing the actual?
The actual video. I was gonna show the
Yeah.
trailer, but it says 60 seconds. So
Sorry, I just want to respond to Andrew here. The New York Giants are playing London on Sunday. If I was a fan of some of these teams in America, I'd be absolutely pissed off that my one of 8 home games a year goes to another country. I'll be so pissed off about that. You
Yeah.
know, but that's how it is. You know, they're so desperate to get us involved.
Stop it, Jim. Replay it.
Yep.
it's just a little thing here.
So here we go.
Everybody mute your mics. Here we go.
Beginning.
Captain's log, personal. I'm in big trouble. We was transporting a Vulcan ambassador to a neutral planet, and I said something stupid, which I wish I didn't say. I said something stupid that I shouldn't have said. But the Vulcan ambassador, he just like, what'd you say? And I said it again, and he says, don't you ever say that to me again. That's not good at all. And I'm going, why? He goes, look it up. It's got meaning. It's bad meaning on it. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know that word had meaning to it, because years ago I used to say it to my family and that, and no one ever said anything was bad. But unfortunately, it's bad somehow. So he got transported down to the planet, and I went ahead and checked it out, and it's got meaning all right. And I'm like, dang, I didn't know that it had any meaning at all, but it did. So he went ahead and told the Vulcan High Command all about it. And now I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for the admiral to call me and probably chew me a new one. It's like, damn, you try to do something right and you say something wrong, and man, it just goes kapooey. But I never knew that would make a big difference as it did. So it's guess I have to do more research in that and find out before you say anything without hurting people's feelings. But man, how in the heck do you know that a word like that you said years ago had meaning like it does now? It's absolutely crazy. So we'll just sit here and find out what kind of communications I get from whoever is going to send me a communications back and probably rip me a new one. So it's like, dang, really? I don't know. So, all right, I just thought I'd make a recording of this so I can have it on my personal record and make sure I don't do this again. I mean, like I said, it's absolutely no disrespect to the ambassador at all. Didn't know it had any kind of meaning, as I found out it does. I mean, I respect the ambassador very well. Never want to hurt the ambassador at all. Just something stupid that just happens. I mean, it happens to all of us. We all do stupid stuff at now and then. And boom, boom, here we go. We did a stupid thing, and now we're screwed. It's like, dang. I don't know. I would just have to see what's going on. And I did hear the Vulcan ambassador say he's going to contact High Command and probably try to pull all the Vulcans out of the Federation. And I'm like, it's just one little slip up of a word. But evidently, that's all it takes. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you up to date what's going on. Or keep myself up to date, I should say. So that's why I'm hiding in auxiliary control here. So, all right. Well, everyone, we'll just go from there, and that's about it. Oh, man. Captain Boone, out.
Captain Boone, my old friend, I'm troubled by the things you have reported, but I'm reminded of Captain Archer. There was a particular incident in which, while visiting an alien planet, his pet dog relieved itself on a sacred tree. Captain Archer, he didn't understand why it was so important to these people and why they should have been so offended by his actions. But eventually he took the time and he learned about the actions that were taken and why it was such a problem. And genuinely apologized and took the best actions that he could to correct for it. If the Vulcan ambassador is as logical as he claims to be, and you are genuine in your apologies and take proper steps to rectify yourself, then I'm certain things will come together for you. Or at least I hope so, my old friend. Best wishes, and I will speak to you again soon. Your old friend, Cyrano.
You know, I like to enjoy myself. On the downtime that I get, the little bit that I get, I like to enjoy myself. I like to enjoy a beverage, catch up on the news and what's going on. Now, generally, I do not like to make other people's business my business. That is the recipe for conflict, especially when you don't have all the facts. When you don't have all the facts and you start sticking your nose in the door where it doesn't belong, there starts to be problems. Big problems. However, as I was catching up on my news, Mr. Roy, Admiral Roy, had a little segment on my screens. And apparently you messed up a simple milk run. Except you didn't spill the milk. You literally... I can't believe you did that, Boone. You insulted the Vulcan ambassador. Of all people, you had to insult the ambassador? Give me a break, man. You know, sometimes I wonder how Starfleet promotes people like you into positions like yours. Captain Boone, a captain, disrespecting a power of that nature. You're lucky the Admiral hasn't stripped you of everything you've ever thought you had or will have. Because if I was the Admiral, I'd be skinning you like a cat over this little stunt that you pulled. What I can promise you is you are not going to get any help from me to rectify this situation, and the only reason why I am making a little bit of a log here or a message to you or whatever you want to call it is because it is very upsetting to see such disgrace within the Federation and that it still exists somehow, even with how tight our protocols are and weeding out the unworthy, if you'd like to call it. People like you still manage to seep through the cracks and screw up like this. So, I'm not helping you fix it. I pray you do fix it. Vulcan Ambassador is not someone to screw with, because you can't quit flapping your gums. I don't know, Boone. I hope our paths don't cross anytime soon, because choice words I'd have to your face would be much worse than what I'm sending you now. However, I must stay within conduct here. I don't want to be too harsh and come after you about it, but the facts I do know are the facts from the Admiral, and his briefing alone is enough for me to say these things to you. Hope you take a step back for a while, Boone. Take a step back and reconnect with why you are part of all of us in the Federation. Take a step back and remember what you stand for. Take a step back and think about what you have done, caused, and now needs to be fixed. I hope the Admiral doesn't say one word in your defense to the Vulcan ambassador. This is a solo mission for you, Boone. 100%. Take a good look in the mirror. Anyways, I got better things to do than to be dealing with news like this. Disgraceful. Captain Roth, out.
Engineering, how may I direct your call? Hi, it's you. Yeah, everybody is talking about it. Captain Boone is in auxiliary control, hiding right now. You know what this means? Mandatory sensitivity training. I mean, didn't we get enough sensitivity training in Starfleet Academy? You know, for a group of people who are supposed to be logical and unemotional, I've encountered quite a few Vulcans who go off the deep end whenever they don't like what you say. It wouldn't affect an average Federation citizen, but they lodge a formal complaint. Oh, great. I was just notified. I have to report to the ship's counselor. Do you think it might be sensitivity training, or are they going to do this in a group setting? I hate it when I have to go to the counselor. She's always asking me, and how does that make you feel? Well, frankly, Doctor, if I wanted you to know how it made me feel, I would have already told you. On days like this, I need a little more Irish in my coffee, if you know what I mean. Or a vacation. Or both. Well, it's the end of my shift. Maybe we can get together on shore leave. Catch you later. Engineering out.
The fact of the matter, Boone, is that you were given a milk run. You were to take the ambassador from point A to point B. That was the total summation of your duties. You were not to engage the ambassador in idle conversation and insult the man not just once, but twice. If this had been one of your junior officers, it could easily be excused, and we'd be completely done with this by now. But no, you are a rank officer. The ambassador has to take this as the position of Starfleet, and a great insult. I'm very disappointed, Boone. Still, I could probably make this go away. But you'll learn much more from it if you take care of it yourself. A simple apology will not suffice. You need to bring the ambassador back to our side of the table. Perhaps you can find a friendly Vulcan to help you with that. One that you haven't insulted. Hopefully you can work this all out. And for the future, you don't have to screw up in order to get my attention. But this isn't sorted out. Well, the Klingons are always looking for help. Admiral Roy, out.
Oh yeah.
Just unscrew it and then screw that.
Yes. Excellent.
All you do is unscrew the other one. The one's already in the light.
Yeah.
I love that font.
That font style is Federation Classic. So, Matt, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Roy, excellent performance, man. Super. It's awesome. I love it.
Thank you. And I really,
Everybody did a great job. Thank you very much. Great job. And I'm sure that Go ahead.
I really like this cut. It's a real improvement from the first one. I think you should burn the first cut, never to be seen anywhere else. But this I really liked, and I like the character that people brought. And of course Captain Roth left with yours and had a certain attitude about it, and of course I love what Steve did there. I loved how he turned it around and talked about himself in it, which is what people do a lot when they see something and they make it a little bit about them, So I think it was a lot of fun, to do, and I think everybody did a good job. Yeah,
I agree. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's more than one perspective to the situation, just because everybody else is on the same bandwagon, maybe they're not looking at the whole picture.
Well, at least from my perspective, that's the first fan film acting role that I've had. So it's all ad lib. It's all in the moment. There's no script, no nothing, except for what I'm seeing during the editing process and everything. So I guess I kind of have an advantage over others because I get to see everybody's clips and then respond in real time. So maybe that's a bit of a handicap, but I don't know. I think it turned out all right. It was great.
So. It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, the first night that you threw it at us and said, "Watch this," and we all had a preview on the private chat we had, and everyone's like, "Wow, that is so different." First one, that's much improvement.
Yeah,
that was great.
Jeff, how long have you been using your editing software?
So using Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere, total that I've been messing around with them and using them and actually using them to produce a couple clips. This is the second production I've actually produced with Adobe Premiere while using After Effects, like the whole title sequence that you've seen. That was all done in Adobe After Effects, bounced out to Premiere as the regular video editing software. I only have a month and a half experience with that. I don't have any, I'm not a pro at using the software, so I'm definitely learning as I go. So there's lots of room for improvement. So the exciting part about another reason why I'm plugged into these projects is because it forces me to get more familiar with different types of effect softwares and video editing softwares. And we're gaining new skill sets here as well. So that's another bonus for me. I like that.
Absolutely. Well, you did an amazing job. Now, I did editing on old Super 8 film. You had to find the place, cut it, splice it into where you wanted it to go, follow the script, shooting script. Okay, your little clapboard goes, okay, act 1, scene 2, take 72. And you so as the editor, like you're doing now, but we had actual clipboard and all that kind of stuff to keep up with it. Now you can do it a lot easier on the fly. You don't have to wait for the film to come back and be processed.
Well, the beautiful thing about the snap board or whatever, I don't know the formal terms for that. I'm not a cinematographer by any means, but the nice thing about it is that as soon as that thing hits, that's where you start syncing your audio. That's the biggest point of that, is so all your editing guys can immediately sync your master audio feed of all those cameras right into the mix and then just take everything from there. That's the beauty of it.
That's exactly why it's designed that way.
I don't necessarily have that luxury in our situation because we get different clips in from everybody. So it's really just like a hand-eye coordination kind of thing. So hopefully we're getting it sort of kind of nailed right now. And in future projects, it should be a whole lot better. So
we have a question from Andrew to Matt. What do you think?
I think it was very well. I like 2 parts that Admiral Roy chewed Boone out, and I like the part that Jeff up there chewed him out too. Give him a flatly told him. right off the bat.
Those
my morning newscast from our fellow admiral was not pleasant for me that morning.
But, you know, you never know. There might be one somewhere hidden somewhere. It might come up very quickly. Me chewing Boone out again.
Oh, man.
And this time, I got the message directly from the Vulcan ambassador.
I'm not chewing a new one again.
And I actually say I know the Vulcan ambassador.
No, here we go.
Ooh.
Matt, tell them what you are thinking of doing in our universe.
Okay.
I mean, don't spill the beans on the next story, but what's your character?
My character is Captain George Dillon, which he's originally. I created George Dillon because he's actually an ancestor from the one I played in Our Prime, and I decided I wanted to continue the storyline of these characters. So I decided, since it's in the TOS era, I went back 100 years, like, and just created a new character, and I started from that point. Okay, this is going to be George is the great granddaddy of the other Dillon in Our Prime. So I decided to create that character and go from there. And I also created the USS Arnold, which he's going to command that ship, which is actually created under my name, my real name, Matt Arnold. And I just went ahead. There's several different designs I'm looking at and trying to debate on which one, but that decision will be made hopefully here soon. But in the next episode, I'm not going to really discuss what exactly is going to happen. We're working on that part. The written part ain't done yet, but there's going to be some few things in there that's going to happen that we got to get this first. We got to get this first episode done first.
Yeah.
But the second episode, I will probably appear in it, and hopefully it's going to be good. And we go.
Mr. Eden Long Care on service.
But you know, we worked hard on preparing this. The writers, I was one of the writers, and Commodore Boone and Jeff the Fair. We all sat down, and I ain't gonna forget Mr. Steve. He went through everything and kind of made it a little complicated, but we all got to understand. And I'd like to thank Mr. Roy Abbey for all done.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Sam, thank you for doing stuff. Jeff, Commodore Boone, Elms, and everybody out there that's watching, and for your support, and just bear there with us, and hopefully we'll have that first episode here soon.
And what's it called?
Encounter at the Neutral Zone. This is the name of it. It's Commodore Productions present Encounter at the Neutral Zone.
Yeah,
there you go.
And that's about it. There's going to be a little bit later on. We're going to throw out a trailer and get you see it, and then just wait till it airs.
So
that's going to be the best part.
Yeah,
there's going to be some good stuff. I've already seen the previews in it. Commodore Boone's got to do his lines, and a couple of others got to do theirs. But you know, it's coming here soon. Just be prepared. Just say you better buckle your seatbelts. You're going to be in for a ride.
Yeah.
Buckle up your seatbelt.
Encounter at the Neutral Zone. It's going to be a great project. I'm super excited about it. We've made a lot of progress on it. It's been quite a few stressful situations with it. Just figuring this out, figuring that out. However, man, it's going to be a huge payoff once it's finally done. So we're really excited about it. It has taken longer than expected to actually get this thing put together and get completed, but it's going to be a knockout once it's done. I mean, it's really going to be something
One
cool.
thing, this is the first time you've seen me in my uniform in a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks
Good to
good.
see you, Nick, Matt. Thank you very, very much for doing that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I had to dig it out of my box over there.
Wear that shirt, but I got too big. So plus,
I'm getting too big myself. I barely got
I
it.
became the Commodore, so I can't wear a captain shirt. You know.
And if you keep doing the ambassador like you did, you're gonna become a captain again.
So I keep getting new ripples every time.
Damn. Boom before you know it.
He's raw and ripped. He needs to recover.
Yeah, Boone's on review right now.
Andrew says you look great in uniform, Matt. There you go.
He does.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
So, Matt, what did you think of the last version of the script? Don't go into details, but the character development that I worked in, of course, we've got to keep changing names if an actor is not approved, I've got to, tailor the name of the character to the new actor and that kind of a thing. But overall, how do you think I treated your original story?
Shit.
Well, there were some changes done, but the thing about it, sometimes you have to make changes to make things better. Yes. And it was good. And at first I didn't approve at first, but after I got reading the script and we done the modifications that we done and everything got through, then everything, and I said, hey, looks a lot. Everything looks good and everything's laid out. And Jim don't understand by half of it, but I do.
Yeah. I tell you, that damn script, I am so damn lost in it. But we'll have to all get together one of these days. And Steve's been saying this for about a month. We all got to get together and go through that damn script, line after line.
So we know
how we can highlight all the Boones and put it in pink where he knows what's his.
Yeah,
we kind of know where we all sit. So we kind of know where we all sit with the new script. So from a third-party perspective, like outside of the super tight-knit group of this film, Roy, what do you think versus the first version of Encounter at the Neutral Zone, like script, plot, and everything that you received versus the revised version you got like 2.5 months, 3 months later? What do you think about it? I
think it started out very simple, pretty much just hey, here we are kind of thing, and nothing was wrong with it, but it it didn't really grab you, so
right.
So I think that the refinements have helped build character into the characters, and there's given a reason and a why, at least a hint at what the people were doing and why we're doing. So I think it's a little different seeing a script put together by committee, but that makes it a little bit different, so maybe the Commodore group can actually claim hold to the entirety of the script. Usually it's just the writer and they put it together. They may have some input from some other people, but usually the actors don't have that much involvement in what individual lines are going to be and whatever. So I think that you've brought it along, and it's been good enough on different steps of the way, depending on what you wanted to accomplish. But I'm glad and it pushed it forward.
Yeah, good at that.
It's something worthwhile to watch again.
Yeah. Hopefully it's going to be great. It's going to grab attention. It's going to evolve nicely for future projects. Hopefully it has evolved nicely from where it was first presented to you versus where it's at. I think the storyline has came along, got in depth to really explore all the roles, situations, and everything people are getting into. Another thing too, we also took into serious consideration how you said we first spoke on one of our streams, character development.
Right.
How do we all relate? How do we all correspond and everything like that? So we did take that into serious consideration and really try to plug that into the new scripts. We all have some type of relation as characters flowing through the motions of what we're trying to accomplish with it. So, yeah, I mean, and it's like you said, it's hard for actors to really punch in because we're just here to play the part. You know what I mean? And here we are as the actors. We're also acting as the writers and everything else like that. In a sense, with this song, because we're not huge. You know, we're basically starting from scratch. We're starting from dirt, basically. So that's been one of our challenges, is really just getting all the ideas. And Steve has been an absolute dedicated godsend, in my opinion, on getting this script put together in a way that really evolves the story.
I totally love the format. Yes.
Taking our main idea that was once presented to you, Roy, and basically transforming it into an actual journey that it should have been. You know, because we're at a bunch of 3 a.m. thoughts here, and then Steve gets a hold of it, and you know, 15 to 30 days later, it's like, wow, we got a film here that is producible. Once we get everything sent out, you know, it's awesome, it's great. It's just things we don't think of. So, and I'm totally green in every aspect as far as the acting, the editing, the everything like that. So I was
Steve.
Like, man. So. Yeah, it's really cool. So this has definitely been a walk in, you know, I can't say a walk in the park, but it has been a walk in the park of just like, wow. Yeah. All these, you know, new ideas and this and that coming in. A lot to learn really quickly with the upcoming project stuff. So that's cool. That's cool.
The important Star Trek is more than just the events. It's more than just spaceships and ray gun fights and special effects. People can do that. You know, pew, pew, pew. It's good. It's good to see that. You know, but it's good to have something happening between the lines, behind the characters, because show that the characters are real and they have motivations beyond what is
so
actually on the screen. You know,
I was really busy. I was really busy in my past daytimes while the Sorry film was being made. And now, after the fact that it's made, I have many ideas that I could have implemented myself into as a comm officer, but it's too late. So, but yeah,
I do have something special to say here.
I do agree with it, and it's good, and I enjoyed the premiere. It was great.
Okay, I got to get Zam out of here. Zam's been Zam is in the UK, and he's been up since 2 a.m. He's dead tired. He's got to go to bed. Thank you, Zam, very much for coming up. I know that's your sacrifice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're the man.
Sorry, I'm falling asleep on camera here. I do apologize. So I need to hit the hay. So thanks very much for having me here.
Thank you.
No problem. Appreciate you coming up here, Zam. It's awesome. Good to see you.
Contribution.
And thank you, Sam, for having me on NerdTube with you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, plug that Jam channel. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, yeah.
We'll plug it. We'll see you soon, buddy.
Good night, Sam, buddy. Take care. Here he goes. He's like, I got to go to sleep. Go to sleep, Sam. You did a great job. Thank you very much. He is going to be the computer voice for Encounter at the Neutral Zone.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So like what Roy was saying, we're going to definitely get into more of the psychological side of things between the characters, the more personal feelings, more, like we are real people on these ships kind of situation here. And we're not just a bunch of robots on there like we're in the Matrix and people are just kind of going, you know what I mean? So it's, it's a lot more personal and, we all have feelings, and we're going to be putting a lot of scenes and stuff in there that reflect that, and that we're not just robots. We're not machines. We are actual people. That hopefully we'll be able to convey all that with what we're trying to do in this film. And it should be exciting. With enough patience, we should be able to pull it all together, no problem. So
Well, I tell you, it sounded like a family reunion, at Thanksgiving whenever we first got together. I'm the new guy and I'm throwing out ideas and they're like, yeah, okay, but we're doing green screen. We're not going to go to a set. I'm like, I understand, but if you write it the way that it would look as if you were filming on the set, then you have a different perspective.
Yeah.
Also, I drove them nuts asking questions about each character because, they came up with the story and it's a great story. I'm not knocking the original, but it just needed a little more, development. And that's not a negative thing, especially if you're just starting out with your project. So I drove everybody nuts for probably 2 weeks
months.
straight every night
2
saying,
months.
okay, but Jeff, what is this captain's deal? Is he what's his background? I don't know. Okay, fine. What about Commodore Boone? You played Commodore Boone for how long? What's motivating Commodore Boone? What about these new guys?
Long lesson.
Yeah. So
I will keep my mouth shut. I was about to say something, but yeah, never mind.
Go for it.
And I know what keeps Commodore Bird going. Corn dogs and fucking Fanta soda.
I'm saying, like, only I know the history of George Dillon,
right?
Okay, which I created the character, and which I ain't really wrote that much about his past, but he come up through Starfleet just like every person that goes into Starfleet, and he's been through a lot through Starfleet, and he's worked his way up through the ranks, and he got the opportunity to command his first starship, which is let's say Admiral Matt Arnold, which you probably won't hear much of him because he's back at Starfleet, but he had that ship designed, and it's just a few little tweaks and things that's done to the ship. That's that it's got some new research, new technologies, and things being tested.
Yep.
But it's his first. It's actually his first maiden voyage, and
yeah, it'll be an NX series ship.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. We won't discuss the details because I don't actually have it off the drawing board yet. But I've been working with the group here trying to design a ship that'll appear in the sequel that looks like nothing you've ever seen combined before.
Yes.
It has elements of TOS, a hint of the motion pictures, era, but we're in an era basically between the end of Star Trek the Animated Series and Star Trek the Motion Picture. And that's why it's very acceptable for Admiral Roy to be in the new costume. As for us, I prefer to be in the strictly season 3 TOS costume.
Speaking of costumes, so since I'm on the Ajax as Holloway or Anderson, whichever one's designated, shouldn't I be wearing a yellow shirt on Roth's ship?
No, communications is always red, but
okay, just
clearing
up.
The confusion would be cleared probably by you wearing a hat on one ship and no hat on the other in the same uniform.
I have another shirt.
Yeah,
that
he's
is
got a different shirt.
And then I have a different hat, which is orange or yellow, like the exact same one Captain Roth is wearing. So that will differentiate me. But the other shirt I have is not like this. It doesn't have the rings. And it has
it's like mine.
Yeah, and it's embroidered versus
yeah. We've had this discussion, and it's. I would prefer everybody to be in TOS style season 3 costume, but I realized by doing the research that It's very difficult to find the costume that you
Price
want
is
in your size and delivered on time. I mean, this costume I bought at the beginning of when I first joined you guys, and it took about 3 weeks from China. It was a great deal because it came with pants and it was $80. Okay.
Yeah.
And all I did was upgrade the braid here. Okay. And I put in a new insignia because I didn't like the one they had. This is an actual season 3 insignia. So I bought some of these things back when Star Trek had just gone off the air, but this is one that looks identical. But I understand, and I'm a little concerned about people comparing us to another fan film series, Avalon Universe, because we have mix and match uniforms. But other than that, I mean, I think that the story will actually move people past that. See,
this is the other shirt that I have.
That works.
For the other comms role.
Right. And see, that's basically what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff, we have a question from Pete.
Different uniforms.
That's my wife that's asking that question. She's a little hard of hearing.
That's okay. So yes, to answer that question, so with the experimentation of the newer programs and figuring out how the plugins within those programs work, this was a little bit of a trial and error kind of release on my end as far as the editing goes and stuff like that. Future scenes, yes, absolutely. Audio is going to be way more stable, a lot more consistent, and everything else like that. Starting to figure some things out, get a lot more familiar with what's going on with how certain plugins or modules in those programs work. It should not be any type of problem in the future whatsoever. So everything's gonna be a lot more consistent volumes on music versus spoken voice, instead of so many severe valleys and peaks between the audio versus spoken audio. So yeah, definitely highly expect some more consistency with that in the future.
Yeah.
Sound leveling is a big thing, and we were a little pushed for time on the last release.
Right. So
But
game staging, everything, it should be just fine in the future.
I didn't realize that the thunderstorm was getting picked up on my mic. I didn't even.
It was so perfect though, because so being in an office setting, normally it just added more of an earth-like texture to your entire scene from where you're reporting from. It's beautiful. That thunder fit perfect in the background. I loved it.
Don't change a thing. Don't change a thing.
So natural weather sounds or anything, that was great. I loved it.
Awesome. I thought you added that, Jeff. I didn't know that was real.
That was Mother Nature in her fullest form right there. No editing at all with that. I didn't even try to cut that out because it's like, this is an earth-like element right here. We have to keep this to instill the position the Admiral's in and where he's at.
Right. So Starfleet on Earth. You got it.
Exactly. San Francisco. Perfect.
Wow, that's amazing.
That was
rains
perfect.
A lot in San Francisco.
That's perfect. That worked out great. So yeah. Because I heard it, I'm like, man, we got thunder in the background to deal with. It's like, wait a minute, no, this is perfect. So I had to rethink. I was like, wait a minute, this is great. Late night, dead quiet. Got troubled with this kind of news, staying extra late, and now we got thunderstorms to top off the already cloudy situation. Yeah. So it's like, we're keeping it. It's staying in, 100%. So that's why the audio track over that, we included some more natural sounds. We had some sirens and stuff involved with the music with that evolved in and through the track up until the credits. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
How do you feel the music was adapted to your part, Roy?
Yeah. Yeah. What did you say?
He writes his own music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
and
all music...
He tailored that to you.
Yeah. All music is all original. I write everything. I don't go and find like traditional Star Trek sounds. I'm not going to go out and find them and download them. I'm going to listen to them and then design a modern, similar sound to that's in current time. That's my goal. So we're trying. I'm trying to take a little bit of a different, more modern approach with the soundtrack design with future projects. That's a little bit different than what's normally seen in fan films. They try to keep it real, like big band style. I want to make it a little bit different, add a little bit different flavor to it for what we're doing. So it's either going to work or it's going to burn horribly, and we're gonna find out in the future how it is. But so far, I'm thinking it's absolutely incredible.
So Commodore Boone's had some audio, and I noticed it seemed to have some human vocals in it, but I couldn't quite make it out. Did you do that?
So those female vocals were definitely not mine. Those are definitely vocal samples that I have. So mixing them in and constructing that track with the vocal just to add a sense of eeriness to it. So basically with his was, I really screwed up. I'm in timeout. I'm in the corner kind of a situation. It's like, we got to add some depth, some feeling to this. So we add some real mysterious vocals in there and then some real thick background textures to that to kind of set the mood. So, yeah.
Do you have
if I could sing like that, I would probably be a little bit above the fan film stage. No, just kidding.
Jeff, can you play us a sample, just a short sample of something? Maybe
there you go.
Maybe the part of the Klingon thing you worked on.
Yeah. So the Klingon track here. Give me just a moment here. Let's see.
I love the horn. We discussed this horn thing. I was like, it needs something. And I said, well, listen to Star Trek: The Motion Picture, the Klingon theme. I don't know what it's actually called on the record, but I said there seems to be a type of war horn or something. And I said, to me, it sounded like the Jewish shofar or the Viking horn that they used to blow. And he says, well, send me a sample. So I did. I sent him like 3 different samples. 2 of them were shofar. The other one was a Viking horn. And between the 3, he was able to tweak one and come up with a really good integration with what music that he wrote.
Yeah, so we can dive right into the program here. Like, you can kind of explain a little bit what Steve was talking about. So basically, the origination of this track, this is going to be for the scene where we have a Klingon appearance in D7 ships. I'm not going to spill all the beans, but this is going to be part of the soundtrack for that. So Steve basically presented me 2 notes. He gave me 2 notes to work off of, and then he threw in this type of sound that would fit perfectly with it, so we can play it.
There's no audio.
Oh, there's no audio. Let me turn up these gains on this, and then you guys will be able to hear it. Okay, there we go, right there. Let's turn off all effects on that so you can hear it raw. And there we go. Should be good.
Raw.
So that's basically the sound that I had, and we thought, well, we can make that as kind of a fill. We can turn that into a fill, and then basically we were thinking about what are we going to see on radar and all things like that. So then I thought, okay, well, we got some samples that sound like something would be pinging on a radar or sonar, so to say. And then we come up with, let me see here, be this sound.
Sounds like a radar sound.
So I was like, all right, we got sounds like that, so we can fit the bill with that. And then from there, basically, just from the 2 notes that we have, and so what I named it the Viking horn, because it just sounds, like what you'd hear off a Viking ship or something. And from those 2 notes, we built an entire track for that entire scene for the film. So, and if you want, we can give a little bit of sample. Jim, if you want, we can give a little bit of a sample here, kind of what it sounded like for the actual film. So, totally up to you.
Jim, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Jim, did you want me to just throw like a 30-second little sample out of kind of what we got in regards to what I'm...
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll kind of skip to the end here with that. Yeah, here we go. So a lot of really big, thick, heavy sounds, cinematic orchestration type soundtracks. So it's definitely way different than you're gonna find in most fan films, which I totally get it. But I was explaining to Jim, it's like, man, let's try a fresh approach with soundtrack when it comes to our film, and let's just see how it goes over. People are gonna love it or they're gonna hate it. You know, it's not really gonna be a neutral stance with it. Let's just give it a shot. Let's just see what something new, how it would be and take off would be. So that's kind of what we're doing. So
it's good too.
I think it sounds pretty cool. I think it fits the scenes really well. At least for that scene, what we have in mind, what we're kind of putting together and everything. I think it's really gonna glue the scenes together. At least for that one there. And then, you know, we got a lot of other tracks too. The fun thing is all these tracks for this film are 100% going to be available for free download. The whole album to our next film is going to be 100% free download. So you guys will be able to get a copy of that OST album totally free. So
Andrew says, I'm digging the music. And yes,
so Andrew,
okay.
So yeah, Andrew, you'll be able to get a totally free copy of the whole album. We'll be putting free download links to everything up. So yeah.
Now Steve's doing the Picard maneuver over there.
Yeah. I'm having trouble with my cables. But I can't really do a lot of wireless stuff. I'm allergic to I'm electromagnetically sensitive, I guess is what the doctor calls it. That's ridiculous.
Man. But yeah, Steve's the inspiration for that track there. He gave me 2 notes and I was like, let's do something with it. We're talking about Klingons here. We're going back to traditional influence from the sounds from the original tracks played when, Klingon situations, and we took that, modified it, made it modern, added a lot of strings, added brass, added impacts, and everything else like that, and we made it modern. So, totally modern soundtrack.
Made my eyes pop.
Made
your eyes pop.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my wife, and she's heard a sample here and there. I mean, you know how things are in the house. You overhear things. That's fine. But she's not spilling the beans on any of the story or anything. And to be honest, she and I worked out a couple of the dialogue situations because I said, it looks good on paper, but it doesn't sound right when I say it out loud. So we tried those conversations. And she offered quite a few good ideas of how a real person would say something or react. And we have that type of camaraderie, and co-creativeness together. Yeah. And we've been doing theatrical type things, for a long time. Years ago, when we first got married, we were in a theater group like Roy is. And being in the military, you don't always get to do what you want to do. So we kind of dropped out of the scene for about 20 years.
Right. Andrew said, who's on panel will be a Klingon? Well, Andrew, we really don't have a Klingon. Do you want to be the Klingon?
Well, after this film, Mr. Boone, with the Admiral's recommendation.
Uh-oh.
Kind of falling first in line to audition.
Is Steve Atwell still involved, or?
He's having bad health.
I haven't heard from him. He's having all kinds of issues, and that I really haven't heard from him or anything. I have no idea.
It's been a long time.
I mean, I did send him a script back in springtime, and he's been having all kinds of issues. So I'm assuming that things are not that great. I did, however, send him some cooling towels, so that would kind of help him out. And he did thank me for them. He said that they did work great. So I try to help him best I can.
I did make contact finally today with a lady who plays a Klingon at conventions.
Yeah.
Obviously, she has the ridge.
Points.
And I asked her, would you consider just showing up, maybe mumbling something in Klingon and then disappearing off the screen, and she said, I'm at the New York convention right now, but sure, I'll contact you when I get done. So that's a possibility. A green screen test might be in the offing.
Note the glows gleam.
Man.
Nick,
and she agreed that she would not wear the ridge. So that's very important to stay within the timeline.
Yeah. At that time, there was no ridges. The ridges first showed up in the motion picture.
Right. And then they went and retroed it back to Enterprise. But the whole point is that if you really analyze the social situation on Klingon at the time, the people without the ridges were the ones in charge. So you didn't see the ones with the ridges. For all we know, they were all at Rio Pente or someplace. They were on some other colonies. You remember how on the Trouble with Tribbles, one of the main guys looked human. He was working for the ambassador, right? The guy that was going to put the wheat or the Quadrotriticale on Sherman's planet. He was the guy second in charge there, and he's ruining the whole crop.
Yep.
Well, he was surgically altered. Yeah.
Surgically altered from a Klingon. Yep.
Yeah, but Dr. McCoy knew who he was, that he was a Klingon. So, I mean, he just didn't. He looked like a white person, some guy from Earth.
After surgery, yeah.
And
they didn't have to change him much, yeah.
Right.
But his readings are all off.
Yeah.
And it showed that he was a Klingon, which makes me wonder, how sensitive sensors were. How many times he'd been transported, and
what's wrong with this pattern?
Yeah. This doesn't look human at all. Yeah.
Things are a little off on your medical exam. Have you ever been treated for Jillian fever?
but you also have to remember, animal that detected the Klingon was Tribbles.
Yep.
Before Dr. McCoy was able to get his little reading thing out and said, Jim, this man is a Klingon. But the Tribbles was the winner that day that saved the crop that was still in there. But all those Tribbles up in that green, I don't think that there was much green left.
That was all poison anyway.
Yes, poisoned by Mr. Darwin.
Did you see the sequel on Deep Space Nine? They did a great job with that.
Yeah, that was good.
Same actor and everything.
Yeah.
Just a little older though, but
it was perfect because it fit in with the timeline.
Yes.
I mean, they also brought back Klingons that were in TOS and put them in the ridges. So that was cool.
I've seen every Star Trek TV series, movies, everything, and I have been tested before. Just got to give me some information, and I can probably tell you what's going on. Just like about the Tribbles right there.
Yeah.
It just, the older you get, the longer it takes to get the mind to work,
I could give you a little history where they got the eyepiece from Star Trek. I've done some research on it today. It actually came from the periscope from
back.
Oh, you're talking about the thing I asked you about today at Spock's station. I was trying to figure out,
they used the eyepiece part on it. You look at the one they got in some of the series, the newer, like Enterprise, had like a thing like you look down in. The original series is a little different, but that's what they use. They also use, like, if you look at it like this, it's like a periscope.
Yeah, without the handles. Yeah.
And if they took it, they wanted it vertically, so they put a thing on it where you can adjust it, and it'd be about the same thing.
Well, it reminds me, Matt, of the on the radar scopes in the Navy. When I was in the Navy doing watch at night, we had a hood like that over it so that it didn't spill the light out into the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the bridge is an open area. You know, it's got windows all around so that everybody on the bridge can see what's going on right in front and on the sides. And then, of course, now they have the video feeds from other angles. So it's you do not want that light spilling out at night when you're running silent and you're running dark. All you have is your little light on that shows what direction you're going. Your port and starboard light, your fore and aft light. That's it. And if you let that extra light spill out, you could sink the ship by the enemy knowing where you are. But yeah, it's identical. It's almost identical to that. It's a rubber hood though, and that's kind of why it caught me off guard. I didn't know what to call it to find it online to get the dimensions to build one or to have one printed. I don't know what the name of the thing is, and I can't find a STL file to give to our friend to print one out for us.
The top part is if you look at it somebody's face, it's about that wide of their face. Okay, about like that. You figure about 6 inches roughly. The bottom base is a little wider, but it goes from like this at an angle downwards to the instrument to the panel that they got it mounted to. It's kind of like a cone, like a hexagon cone, basically what it's like.
Yeah.
Right. It could be called a scanner viewer, and it has a handle on the side where you can focus in. You don't.
Right. It's kind of a turn thing.
You don't spin it like an organ grinder. You just move it slightly to focus, to get it focused into what you're viewing down there in that blue light.
You're still making fun of that student film, huh?
Go to NerdTube and see what happens.
It's a student film. It's okay. It was a bunch of kids. For all I know, it was actually making the light work.
And that sucker, like, what? You don't need to do that. All you do is move it back and forth to focus. That's all you need to do. Just focus. Sounds like a clone of.
It was just important to find a term.
But yeah, I've been looking on props in there. I can't find it. I can't find any measurements in that, but maybe other film producers might share that a little bit. I don't know.
Well, we do have some friends who actually have a set. Maybe they could share the dimensions or where to get one made. Gary is making a monitor for me so that at least part of my set will look a little more realistic. But I don't even know. I guess I could ask him about that too. But he builds things out of wood. And I was looking for a cheap alternative. Just if I have a file, I have a friend who might print it for the cost of the filler or whatever that's called, filament.
3D realm. I wish I had a 3D printer, but I don't.
They come in handy, especially in a fan film situation.
Very expensive, though.
Yeah. Well, Commodore, you ran out of steam.
And well, I'm doing something here. And since I talked about NerdTube a little bit, I'm going to put the link up in the chat there so everybody can go take a look at it. There it is right there.
NerdTube's good stuff.
Yeah,
they're entertaining.
NerdTube will do, well, I mean, they do Star Trek, Star Wars, Quantum Leap,
She-Hulk,
wrestling, She-Hulk, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff over there. I mean, they got me on there for a couple of times a week, and I know Zam probably wants me up there all the time, but, you know, you're dealing with a bunch of lawn people. You know, I cut grass. Everybody here, pretty much, we don't have time a whole lot. I mean, we're out there sun up to sundown, just getting the grass mowed.
Right.
So, but when things kind of slow down, then I'll have more time to do stuff like that. Until that other stuff that Thonian said falls from the sky, I don't want to hear that crap.
Oh,
What
snow?
time of day
Yeah,
was
snow.
it that?
Love it.
Yeah. What time of day here was it whenever you were on, Jim? When you were on the NerdTube, what time of day was it here?
6:30. 6:30
p.m.
Eastern my time.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of hard after you just finished doing your job.
Yeah, it's hard when you work to 9 o'clock at night and they start at 6:30 in the evening, so it's kind of hard. But right now, time's getting short, and I have made some time to do the Quantum Leap. And Quantum Leap on NBC, it's really good. If you ever get a chance to watch that, it's on Tuesdays. And
I'm hoping to catch it.
And Dex is on Paramount Plus all day on Thursdays. And with my special headset that I have on me when I'm on the lawns, I listen to that stuff all day long to get it in the thick noggin here. So when I get on there, I do my part and try to, they ask me about what I've heard and stuff like that. And I do a pretty good job of bringing stuff up that no one else has.
Yeah.
So, yes, Andrew, the new Quantum Leap on NBC Tuesdays.
Right.
So sorry.
I'm gone. I'm playing music on Tuesday, so kind of hard for me to catch up on.
Matt's out there singing, and he's singing in the picking. He does a very good job.
And Roy, aren't you in some play right now or an improv group?
Comedy sports. Yeah, I haven't done that in a little while, but I do like being involved in comedy sports. I'm also doing an audio drama with Doctor Who.
Who?
Guys.
Yeah. Who?
The Nexus Point. Or else I played one of the doctors at one point, but I've been playing.
Dude, that's cool.
One of the
Who?
I've been playing one of the companions, Bluford. It's kind of a different role for me, but kind of folksy, kind of fatherly, whatever else kind of thing. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Good. Once in a while, you do drop a video on your Facebook wall, and I've enjoyed those.
There you go. So Steve, did you get any more Irish in your coffee?
I only do that once a day, and it's only for medicinal
Once a
purposes.
day.
Yeah, I'm on medication, dude.
The dosage is subjective to the moment.
Come more in there, man.
You don't want to hear about my personal problems.
When I heard that segment there, as the Irish did the coffee and vacation, I was thinking, yeah, I need both myself.
Did you laugh?
I just started, laughing about that.
Was that a believable character or what? Because I've actually lived something like that.
Oh, here lately,
that's pretty good.
Here lately, in the last 2-3 weeks, I've been. There's some things that happened in my life, and I felt like finding the strongest thing and say hell with it, and that's the way I felt. And things. So hopefully, I had a big argument with my brother earlier tonight, and he just total jerk.
We already asked that, Andrew.
Well, according to my daughter, who does the heredity type things, we are the Harris side is Scotch Irish. So, if I understand that correctly, they were sent to either Ireland or Scotland, the other way around. I don't know which, but it was one of those. Okay, you want to not be Catholic? Well, we're Catholic, and vice versa. So whenever England was going through the time when the king decided he was going to be independent from the Catholic Church, they started sending colonists, more or less, into another area of the UK. What's the UK now?
Yeah.
So apparently that some of my ancestors were with those people, and some of them were sort of low-level people in the court. So yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
But they, my Harris family tradition said we came from England. I don't know. I don't see a record anywhere of the Harris people coming across the ocean.
Mm.
But the German side, my mother was Germanic, and those people came from the Rhineland area near Frankfurt. And ironically, my daughter, grown daughter, married a German guy from that area and is living there and has 2 children, and she's working on being a German citizen. So she's a dual citizen, more or less, right now.
Yeah.
So it's funny that my family on the German side came from an area that my daughter returned to. But those ancestors were Hessian soldiers.
Mm.
And as far as I could trace down, at least one of them was at the Battle of Ticonderoga and did not get injured. So I don't know if they just didn't shoot or what, but they gave up and were housed in the Hessian barracks over at New York Harbor near Wall Street now. So that was a little interesting to find out that I had English ancestors, more or less, on the American side of the Revolution, and German ancestors that were sent to fight for the English. So that was kind of weird.
There you go. I got a question for Roy there. I know Roy was really enjoying Captain Roth's acting over there. So what did you think about Captain Roth there?
I like that he brought himself to the role. It appears that he brought himself to the role, and that he informed that, and then he had some real things to say, or else add to what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought it was great. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I enjoy being talked about. You know,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of.
I like it when both of you chewed Boone out.
So I thought about putting my segment after yours, and everybody vote is like the Admiral has to be last. He's the finishing polish to the whole video. It's like, all right, so I'll go before the Admiral and just give a little bit of pretext to kind of what he's about to say, because I got whiff of it first. So as a message to Commodore Boone, who hasn't heard anything like that, it seemed to fit the bill. So, yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was so funny because Jim's like, you got to get your video done now. And I'm like, dude, I just got out of the shower. So I grabbed the camera, threw it up on a tripod right here with this green screen, and literally I'm talking lens to my face like this, wide angle.
I think there should be an aftermath after that segment with Boone and him actually going through and looking at his view screen, a small, and then everybody's chewing him out.
Well, if there's a go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And that one, I might have something in there too. I'll probably do one chewing him out and get two. Yeah. So, then the mess, like I said earlier, the message that I have actually talked to the ambassador, which he is a friend, and I'm very disappointed in you. I'm gonna leave it to you but the ambassador told me that he is. I've talked to him for you, but he is willing to communicate with you. Next, we need to get us a Vulcan to be the part, and
Steve.
let Vulcan rip you a new one.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned about that, Matt, because we did try to find a Vulcan outfit and we can't find one. Only thing we can find is ears, Spock ears. That's all.
All you got to do is ears, and you probably could find something around somewhere to use. Hell, if you have to take a green screen, put something green, put on and use the green screen, cover it up, or anything, just to be able to do that.
Well, you could probably use like Sarek has, Ambassador Sarek, whatever else. Basically, a triangular piece of material over something, whatever else, and then just maybe something with a pattern of some sort of, kind of squiggly stuff on it, whatever else, and pass that off as a future Vulcan.
There we go. That's
it's something very basic. It doesn't have to be. I don't know. It doesn't have to be something particularly Vulcan. It's just futuristic. A triangle piece that kind of covers a regular shirt of some sort of basic pattern, and then some wiggly lines on it. If you look at Sarek, you'll see something.
Right.
Yeah, I do a lot of research on costuming, so just hit me up and we'll work something out.
Well, it's nice because this one. So the sorry video it ended off real easy too, for a second video that includes the resolution or whatever else happens. I mean, it's wide open, so it could almost be another improv video of the resolution if you wanted it to be in the simplest form, which could work. It's wide open, and then maybe something cool to show. So
right.
And short, just a 10-minute video or something like that, just to show the resolution and how Boone wraps himself back up and makes things right. I think that'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah,
see how Boone's gonna pull himself up out of the pit.
Yes, Mrs. P, I did mention to Roth over there about a robe. Only problem is we don't really have the money to buy the. For a good robe, you're looking at probably $20 to $30, and the Vulcan ears were up to $10. That don't sound like a whole bunch, but I mean, we all put some money in this production, and we just don't have it right now. But I do have a link down below in the description if anybody would like to donate. Any amount would be appreciated, where we can buy stuff like that and get more actors, more roles, more people, more everything. I mean, we can get computer software, more props. I mean, the Admiral, I got his prop a couple months ago, and it had a little nipples on it. I cut them off and put a magnet on it, so it'll be a lot easier. This is magnet as well. I got this from the UK. And it took a month just to get this, but I bought a whole set of. This is a Commodore plus the three other Admirals on top of that. So one of these days, maybe the Admiral will either promote me or demote me. I don't know which way he's going to go.
You're going to the brig.
He's already thumbs down.
Hey,
I'm working on that story. Yeah.
You know what that is, don't you?
What's that? That's
it's a scope.
Oscilloscope.
Oscilloscope, yeah.
That's the real deal.
Yep.
I had that thing. I got a spectrum analyzer right there. I used to work on repeaters and stuff.
Hey, puppy.
Communications equipment.
Commodore Boone has a mascot.
Yeah.
What's your mascot's name?
Mr. Rusty. Mr. Rusty. Sometimes he'll jump up here, but Mr. Pete don't like that because Mr. Pete don't like to share his master with other dogs.
Yeah.
He just jump up here and say, "Hey, man, what's going on?" So everybody, this is Mr. Rusty. It's a dog, but I still show them respect. I call him Mr. I used to have, I used to have a bunch of beagles at one time. I had six female beagles at one time, and one male dog.
Wow.
And that male dog was happy because he had 6 women to play with.
Well, Matt,
Wow.
Matt of all people knows a saying. It's an old country saying. All you need is love and a beagle.
That's right.
I thought that was the Beatles. Love and the Beatles.
Beagle.
All you need is love and a beagle.
Only problem with a beagle, they shed so much. But problem with cocker spaniels, you got to give them haircuts once a month.
Yep.
So either way.
My aunt said one time, she said all she needs, a good husband, a good plum granny tree, and a what is that? I can't remember what other one it was. Hell, I can't remember what it is now. She said, but she said I got the fig tree. She said she wanted a good fig tree, a plum granny tree, and a good husband.
Yeah.
She said I got the fig tree and the plum granny tree, but I didn't get a good husband. And she passed away a couple of years ago, and
Yep.
and she was everything to me. But that's one reason why I've been kind of down too, because my last aunt in the family passed away 3 weeks ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yep. Sorry to hear that, Matt. Everybody send Matt some prayers.
At least you have us to talk to.
Yep.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah,
Yep.
every night.
Only a phone call or a video chat away.
Yeah.
Right.
And my last aunt, which there's nobody else on that side of the family anymore. They're all gone.
Yep.
And I don't have any aunts, uncles, grandpas, and all them. I don't have none of them. They're all gone. Only thing I got right now is my brother and my 2 sisters. That's it. And one of them is in very bad shape. And it's been rough.
Yep. All right, I think we're going to wrap this up in another 10 minutes. So does anybody up here have any questions for anybody else? Anybody out in the chat out there have any questions for anybody up here?
Is Sorry going to be uploaded on YouTube, or is it on YouTube now?
It's already on YouTube. Yeah, I scheduled that 4 to 5 days ago. When the editor sent it to me Monday morning, I uploaded on the computer, then I uploaded to YouTube, and it was a long upload, but I got it all done. I was ready to leave to go mow lawns, and it said 10 minutes. I figured, well, I'll stay here for 10 minutes. But then he sends me the darn trailer. So, okay, the trailer for a minute and a half, 4K, mind you, about 20 minutes to be loaded. Oh, so I was pretty damn late Monday. So
it's live right now on YouTube, 16 minutes 36 seconds. So it's ready to rock and roll.
Hey, Robert, what's up? I haven't seen Robert in a coon's age. Damn.
Thought that was a Southern term.
Robert's about as Southern as it gets.
He might learn something else.
Hey, Robert, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Welcome aboard, Robert. You're welcome anytime, man.
You'll have to come back and watch the whole thing.
Yep. But yeah, sorry, the first one and the director's cut is loaded on YouTube. Anybody can see it anytime. But I told Jeff there when we first put the first one out how many people was in the chat watching it and how much people enjoyed it. Only thing they didn't like was there was no end credits.
Yep.
And right. We got the end credits now and more. So, hey,
we learned from the first one and improved on the second one. So we'll see what everybody thinks about that. And I have a list of 6 or 8 reacting videos. So soon, you guys, when I get more time, you're going to be getting a link from me, and you can react to those videos as well. I got all kinds of stuff going on.
So explain your React videos. They're kind of like short treks, but you say, hey, watch this video, and
pretty much I sit here in whatever uniform I'm going to have, Admiral, Captain, Commander, red, blue. I got all colors now. I bought all of them. Spent some extra damn money that I had. I didn't really have, but I got every shirt from the TOS, and they're from different eras, of course. I got yelled at from Steve about that, but that's just the way it is.
And, consistency.
But as Steve's know, that it's very hard to get the same type of uniform from the same. I mean, I do have the original Captain's gold shirt, and I do have the original Spock shirt. I do not have the original Engineers, but I do have the Strange New Worlds, and those are very comfortable shirts. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way they look. They just don't quite fit with what we're doing.
This shirt here was from Star Trek Voyager, and I had to buy these separate. So that was sold on, and the original flower thing is under this thing. So that's what became Commodore Boom. I had to make my own because I couldn't find a Commodore shirt anywhere. So that's why you don't see the black collar here. But everybody likes this. This is a $100 shirt, by the way. That's not cheap.
It's a believable costume, just like Admiral Roy's.
Yeah, but what I do, I try to come up with something. I sit in front of the camera. I punch it out. I'll probably show everybody on a preview what I did, and I'll send it out to whoever's on my list that I have, and they can react to it. They got up to at least probably 30 days if possible or sooner. So I'll sit down and react to it. And of course, the Admiral really did react to it pretty darn well.
Yeah, I agree. But a lot of people get confused because you say, all right, react to it. Okay, where's my script? No. Listen, what we want you to do is put on a costume, become that person, and now react. Videotape your reaction. And I screwed up calling you Commodore like 3 times. Had to do like 7 takes.
Because
you're used to Commodore Boone.
Right. And in our new movie, you're Commodore.
Yes, and Steve, you're right. You put your shirt on, you put the green screen up, but do not put any background because Jeff would do that for us.
Right.
Noise.
I don't know. I'm going to mute and see if it's me.
Nope.
Not me.
Could be static in a line somewhere.
Interesting.
Well, it ain't me.
Was Admiral Roy going to say something?
Not me.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
I've got a power.
Oh.
Our Admiral. Night, Admiral. Take care. Thank you for coming up. I think his phone died.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
that might have been the noise.
Yep.
It's the board.
I like Roy. Roy's cool. Does a very good job in everything he does.
Trucking down under spot.
Trucking down under. Where you been, man? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you. Trucking down under.
Oh man.
But yep, that's all you gotta do. If I send you a reactive video, you put your green screen up. Don't put no background on there, and just think about something what you want to react to that video. If you want to make your own script, write it down. Or like I do, I just sit here, I look at my list, I'm going, Hey, did you hear about the crazy? That's about it. And the sorry video, I mean, I just looked at the camera and things just came to me. So I didn't have to write it down. Like, I know Steve made a small script. I had seen that. And
you can ask my wife. I write it all down and work it out, and then I say, "Hey, how's this sound?"
And
So,
Jeff,
again, she
he
good
made
on
a script or not. I don't know if he just did it
No
by
script. I just sat down, hit record.
Just,
I sat down, I put this hat on top of my chair, boom, got focus, boom, hit record. That was it. So I stumbled on a couple words and probably phrased things, a little wonky in some spots. But
it sounded like a normal reaction to me.
It was just right off the top. There was nothing written down, pre-rehearsed, nothing.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, Commodore Boone done messed up. Let's call him out on it. Let's do it. So that's it.
And the reason why I do a reacting video is we don't have to sit here and do a script for 8 months like we're doing now with the encounter at the neutral zone. You can make your own script. You can do whatever you want. If I say, hey, you got 30 days, try to get it in, and if you need extra time, tell me. That's all I got to do. I'm pretty much easy of everybody. And if anybody out there wants to be in the fan film, all you got to do is contact me. It's easy. You can go to Facebook or make a comment here or in any of the videos that I do. I do ask that you have the uniforms and a green screen. Do anything on location. Everything is through green screen. This here is all green screen. Matt's not green screen. He's all natural down there.
This is real here.
And Jeff's real, and Harry over there. He's probably hairy as Harry can be.
Yep. I hadn't got my hair trimmed yet.
But it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty easy, and I really think that the reacting videos are a lot more easier to do than sitting down.
They're easy because there's no stress involved. It just is what it is. There's no stress. There's no scripts. There's no memorizing. There's no, okay, we really got to focus on doing this right. And it's more of a natural setting.
I can barely remember a song. How bad I am.
Yeah.
I can't remember that much either.
Well. All right.
Well,
Jim,
it's been fun.
It has been great fun. Appreciate you having me, the behind-the-scenes guy, up here. It's been a lot of fun. Matt, it's been excellent to see you. And then, yeah. Cool.
It's called a studio on location, Jim. Come on, Andrew. Give me a break.
So, anyways, Commodore.
From Steve saying this. Come on, leave me alone.
About time for me to wrap this one up personally.
Same here.
It's been a lot of fun on here. Glad we got to talk about some stuff and future projects and this and that. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the film. Yeah, be a whole lot more cool stuff in the future. So, it's only going to get better from here. So.
Well, I hope so. But I do want to say thanks, Jeff, Steve, and Matt for coming up. I really appreciated Matt for putting his captain shirt on. I sent him that captain shirt a couple years ago, I think it is. And he said it fit him like a glove. But he said it's a little tight, but just got to do more exercise.
Well, it's supposed to be a little tight, so you don't have to do this Picard maneuver doing.
I mean, this is a 3X, and it's still wrinkly on me, but not that bad.
Yeah, mine fits a little loose everywhere except right here in the pit.
Yeah,
it gets that little scrunchy, like that in the pit, and it's like, man, of all places. Hey, costumes ain't perfect. Use what you got, so that's what's gonna fit me. So we make do with it. We just change camera angles and just change everything else, and we compensate. So that's all there is to it.
Well, I also want to thank everybody out in the chat down there. I hope that they enjoyed everything. Please hit the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Make a comment. And once we get more news on future videos than that, I will definitely get it posted so everybody knows what's going on. we'll go ahead and wrap
yeah.
it up. You guys just stay here for a minute, and we'll see everybody later on. Everybody have a good night. Take care, and we'll see you down the stream. Thank you for
y'all
coming.
next time.
Thanks for
See you
joining.
next time. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.